No. Check, check.
1 2 1 2.
1, 2. I step over here. I think we're good now. All right.
All right.
Where's that good old TikTok? There you go. Just checking real time.
What's going on to anybody joining early?
It's hotter than the devil's cheese. What up?
Oh, your audio's kind of fading over there, bro.
Very good. I think I pressed the button. Mm, Shit, that's been going. But yo, man, on Tuesday. Um,
Oh,
right on time.
yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Shout out to anybody joining from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, IG, and TikTok. If anybody listening knows how to get rid of fruit flies, please let me know. They are terrorizing my family right now, and I feel helpless in defending them.
Damn.
It's crazy.
It's one of two things. Fruit flies. Either the St. Green trick, or there's one potato in the whole pack that's rotten in the dead center. You look at it and you're like, ah, potatoes are good. Or like the onions, like, nah, onions is good. It's gonna be one tucked under the other one, little rotten. Man, them boys show up. My fly squatting skills have improved in the last 3 weeks. It was a banana and a tailpipe. Yeah. But it's always something.
Yeah, man. Same thing happened to us. It was a potato pack that just got lost in the bundle. But this time around, man, we was just doing some real hefty cleaning over here, and we thought it'd be smart to just bring the garbage can in so we could get things into the bag faster. Whatever was in that bag, man, it just let the whole gang out.
Ran up
So
on
yeah,
you.
man, just dealing with that right now.
Shit. I mean, prayers. That's all. No good news on that. Just prayers and time. Prayers and time.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But man, what's up, Tanya? Appreciate you as always, man. Shout out to you. Hope everything is good on your end. Hope you're having a great summer. And to anybody else joining us, hope you're having a great summer as well. We are FCP, man. I am Senor Lee, and this is my man Ken Kapnick.
Outside,
All
inside,
right,
though, safety. Hot as hell.
all right. Yeah, man. And every week, man, we're here. Summer edition has us here on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock, man, just to get into whatever's going on as far as hot topics, entertainment, things of that nature, man. Of course, chop it up as two fathers, two married men, two black men in this world. You know what I'm saying? With that said, brother, how you feeling?
Feeling damn good. Can't complain, man. As you know, last week of the hiatus, jury duty's over. It's finally over. Everybody guilty. Everybody go home. You know what I mean? But it was an experience, man. Took me out of work for almost 2 weeks. They kept calling me every day from work, like, tomorrow? Yeah. All right, man. Hopefully tomorrow. These emails are here for you, though. And boy, were they on Monday. But outside that, man, smooth weekend, man. A lot of celebration. How's your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. Weekend was good. Same thing last week. Hell of a hiatus. I'm a part of a healthcare organization that every now and then they throw events just to connect people and create networking opportunities. And this happened to be a boat ride. So it was cool. First time I've been to Chelsea Piers in a long time for a boat ride. If anybody was partying in the mid 2000s, you probably remember some of the infamous boat rides coming out of Brooklyn, some coming out of the city, and you probably still do them now. But it was fun to be back in the mix of that. Seeing a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time because while I've been paying the dues for this organization for the last couple of years, I haven't really been outside that much. So it was cool to be out there, meet some of the people. I'm a part of the spotlight committee for this organization, so just being behind the scenes, putting out a lot of recognitions for them. It was cool to finally meet people and shake hands. That's always good. But
Nice,
other
nice.
than that, last week was cool. This weekend was even better. And we'll get into that more as we continue talking, man. But glad to be here. Glad to have things moving along.
For sure, for sure. Quick question with the Spotlight organization. How long has that been running?
They've actually had that on since the organization's been active. It's been cool to be a part of it this year because, um, I get to bring my creative field to the recognitions. This is the first time they actually did a video as part of a recognition, so it's been a really cool experience.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You see yourself getting involved long term, or is it like a year?
I have to. This year has been definitely interesting on the industry front, so it is definitely time to get out there, start shaking some hands, and having some conversations.
Okay, okay. Feel the vision. Feel the vision. All right.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Um, so with everything going on, man, last week I know we didn't get a chance to meet, but I did see a funny video where it was a reflection of '90s rap music, and me and you growing up in that era, it was the
Uh-oh.
best, right? We don't care what these kids got to say. We grew up in the best rap ever, and it seems like every era feels like they did the same. But watching this particular video, man, it reminded me of just how being a rapper around that time, you had to be in shape, and you'll get what I'm
Facts.
saying when you all see this video.
Watch this.
No, comes to make way. Rugged and raw, killing your set every day. Microphone check, 1, 2, here we go. And I'ma let you know who got the flow. Spitting my words like an automatic weapon. Suckers keep stepping, cause I'ma let you know. Comes to make
See right here, it's all core.
killing your set
It's
Whoa,
all
every
core
day.
right here.
Microphone check, 1, 2, here we go. And I'ma let you
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 know
got
got to be
people
built for
like
that.
lifting their knees or their
Oh,
legs that high right now. Like, no way, no way.
oh shit.
Yeah,
It's
man.
definitely man core work. Gotta have at least a 4 pack. You want the rap,
Nah,
like perfect
that's right.
rapper hand. A lot had to go into it back then.
Nah, that's a fact. That's
That's
a fact.
funny.
And shout out to Hip Hop Unity. I always like to give credit where it's due. That was one of their remakes on IG. But yeah, man, I saw that and I was like, had to bring that to the conversation. Nowadays, of course, they have the dances in these new hip hop music. So I can't say that they're fully lazy, but it's not the same energy.
Hey, it might be my age, brother, but that new Drake dance in that latest video with just 1 foot going back real quick. That's
Yeah.
my thing. 1 foot going in a circle. I could do that. I could do that all night. Little drink in other hand. Man, listen.
Oh,
Hey, but
yeah.
that's why my speed in 2 steps. It's me. Everything
Yeah.
after that third step, man, it's a young man's game.
The dip with the twist and the jump. Absolutely.
Word. Ain't got it in me.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's when you have the young kids come around and show you the new dances. That's when you know it's time.
hmm hmm
You know. All right, ready to move on to awareness and acknowledgement?
Yeah, man. Sad stuff this week.
Indeed, indeed, man. So first and foremost, man, sending condolences for the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Reports say that he actually passed away while swimming in Costa Rica. More reports reveal that he was actually with his daughter at the time, and it seems like, and this is just allegedly, right? It seems like some surfers were around. They were able to assist his daughter, but unfortunately, they were not unable to save him. Um, Kenny, man, when you first heard this, man, how were you feeling?
I'm like, he was peak positivity from the Cosby Show to his current day in life. Um, don't haven't heard any interviews where he was talked down upon. Everyone usually and most likely spoke highly of him. I saw one of his last like uploads of one of his IG videos. I think the day before he passed. You know, he was saying was don't forget to smile. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your head up. Whatever today is, as far as it being a bad day, tomorrow's gonna be better because you're here to live it. You know,
Yeah.
and to hear that news with the family, just trying to enjoy vacation a little bit. Super sad, man. But he just a super positive dude from what I recollect and saw.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think he was all of our big brothers in a way, right? We grew up watching him, you know what I'm saying, on the Cosby Show. Saw his transition into Malcolm and Eddie. Definitely, I think his first film debut was in Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes, and then just the elevation in his career in acting. What really hit me is that my wife and I are binge watching The Resident on Netflix. So
Damn.
you could only imagine when it passed through the airwaves, we were literally watching an episode in it. If anybody is watching The Resident, his voice, his posture, his demeanor on that show, it's captivating, man. And now watching it is surreal. You know what I mean? It always takes you back to all those movies when you watch them after, an actor or actress's
Yeah,
unfortunate passing. You appreciate it more now, and it's just it hurts, man. It really hurts. Um,
I'm trying to look for the correct word. Very, uh, is it debonair?
hmm?
He's very the way his composure is in the show. Very starts with a D.
Oh, Debonair.
Hey, my man, debonair. I'm like I'm missing a letter. Yeah, he was his posture is outstanding in that show.
Yeah, absolutely. The voice, the cockiness, but you
Word.
see his true personality start to show as the show goes on. Because as plenty of people who worked with him said online as they were sharing their condolences, he was a gentle giant. So definitely one of the tough losses of this year. So continuously sending condolences to his family and the people who knew him. There was another passing. This one was met with a lot more controversy, but here on this show, we are very, very considerate of. We don't like to talk bad on anybody, especially if they had just passed away. Um, we're gonna take this from two angles, right? And I have to start with my kid version of Hulk Hogan. I know everybody's gonna be like, oh no, 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 Sean. I get what you're probably angry about, but I have to start with how I was introduced to Hulk Hogan. I cannot knock that. Hulk Hogan was a hero to me for wrestling. What he meant for wrestling, what he meant as a kid, as an icon for me, was something very, very important because he made you feel like you could take on anything. I don't want anybody acting like they wasn't trying to rip their t-shirts when they were 6, 7 years old because Hulk Hogan was out there just being Hulkamania, right? Even when he went over to NWO and got bad, we were still like, damn, should I be bad now too? Because Hulk
We
Hogan,
gotta be bad too.
you know. So I have to start out with understanding what he meant for me as a kid.
Mhm.
As an adult, I totally understand why some people may feel their way about this. I will not repeat some of the words or things that I've seen. Um, but I will not speak ill of the dead. Thank you, Hulk Hogan, for what you gave us as kids. It was a shame to see what happened as you got older, but I'll leave it at that. How you feeling, Kenny?
Listen, I'm happy you took the good shoulder in this situation.
Because you're about to cook.
Um, listen, man. Like I said, I'm torn as far as you know what I mean. God bless the dead, rest in peace for sure. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should be thrown down on, especially in the afterlife. So similar to you, I'm gonna go back to a reflection point because not to be selfish, but if he would have passed away, in my prime version of him, as far as me tuning into him every Saturday, bro, I would have been devastated. Like, like to the core. I probably would have switched careers at 7. Yeah, I'll be a wrestler. Hulk Hogan did it. I'm ripped t-shirts better than he did. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have been 1,000% on that highway. But unfortunately, Father Time is undefeated with many assets. Being in the ring, being in the production. Essentially, he was an actor. We looked at him as more as kids because he wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was wrestling. He's doing the real stuff, right? So he wasn't paying the movie ticket to go see him, but he was there, you know. So he was a hero as a kid. We're getting older, he getting removed from the ring. You know, as far as age goes, moving on. I don't know how the Undertaker's still doing it, but without the production, the cameras, the lights, everybody kind of feeding him what's right here and there. No ad libs. No, oh yes. I guess him until we got it. And it was kind of hard to hear a lot of things that he was saying. Not sure if there's malicious, ill will, bad timing, whatever it may be. But getting caught on video saying these things is a no-no in current time. You know what I mean? And he's had more than a few from his alliances that we didn't think he needed to publicize to his feelings for his daughter's boyfriends. There was nothing unturned that 4K didn't catch, unfortunately, as far as his bad times post ring.
Yeah.
But like you said, man, don't talk any ill will on him. But the second lad of his life was very questionable versus what I remember as a child. You know what I mean? But RIP to the Hulkster, man.
Agreed, man. Yeah, great point, man. I think we covered that to the T. That's as far as we're gonna go.
Yeah, so I got a Hulk.
No, I'm really, that's about it. What's up, Eb? We see you in the chat. Eb mentioned Ozzy Osbourne, so thank you for reminding us, Eb. I knew little about Ozzy Osbourne. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I know that I remember him being in Little Nicky. That's one of Adam Sandler's most funniest movies. But I know he was definitely a music icon and really meant a lot as far as what he gave to the culture. So definitely sending condolences to him. And Eb is talking about the guy from Snowfall died. Hold on.
Oh yeah, the not the main guy. I don't. You know your name?
Oh, yo, this guy is in bad movies.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I believe he was swimming in Italy. He drowned as well. But don't quote me. I'll check that for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to butcher his name.
Yeah, I want to get the names long. Pause. But more condolences, man. Just don't stop.
Oh, Avi, yeah, that's right. Avi, he was the wild.
Avi.
Yeah. That's right.
Thanks, Charlie. Avi.
Yeah. Good, Charlie. What's going on, brother? Yeah, man. Yo, love yours, live your life. I can't stress that enough. We always preach that on this show. Make sure you enjoy your loved ones while they're here. Enjoy your life while you have it. Don't wait to take that vacation. Don't wait to take that PTO. Don't wait to put on them sneakers that you bought that have been in your closet for 2 years. Put them on, bro.
It's gonna crumble, man.
Yeah, sell them shits or wear them in bad taste. So make sure you throw on that outfit that you've been putting off for that one event. Trust me, man. You don't know if you're gonna get to that one event, y'all. So please.
But I'm speaking of events. As a kid, listen, man, you had $2. You go to the store, you're mad. Mad chips, candies, juice, bullshit, still change. But as a child, I'm gonna come clean here. I did have a favorite chip. And there's a lot out there, but the Wise, onion and garlic, there's a place in the heart for those. But unfortunately, with time, companies got to grow. But this one kind of pissed me off, man. As we know, the Wise chip It's a little our eye over the logo. Pretty clean. But modern times have caught up to the wise brand. These dudes thought it'd be smart to come up with a new guy. But his name was fucking with me. They called him Chipsy Hustle.
Oh wow.
It's the new mascot for Wise, man. Called him Chipsy Hustle. The original mascot, the Wise Owl.
So
The company's logo, as we see above, the one little eye next to the Y. That's what we all remember as kids. But social media, you see McDonald's and Wendy's, Twitter having the clapbacks. They needed somebody to match his energy. It's the brand. So he's out here promoting. His name's Chipsy. And I don't like it. I don't like it, man. Chipsy Hustle, man. What the fuck is they doing?
We can't.
But I fuck with him.
Yeah, we can't have nothing to ourselves. We can't have nothing to ourselves. Everything that we create, they find a way to imitate, man. And you can't be mad at it. Like you can.
Not mad.
But if like that's an automatic. Like if I was a greedy ass dude, that would be my food name. Like to be honest,
It's a good name. Good name, super clever.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Like I could see me now joking on one of my younger cousins if they dogging some chips, and I'm gonna say, "What's good, Chipsy Hustle? Like you enjoying it?" Like,
why you sweating? You got hot joints? But yeah, man. That's out the Chipsy, man. Yeah, outside. He's outside, man. Outside.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. That's a good one. That's getting clipped up.
Oh man! But also this past week, man. Oh man! Happy belated to the oldest man, young baby Savannah. She's gonna be my baby forever. She the big 14, man. High school coming up, bruh. Not ready, man. See my attitude getting shorter and shorter too. I don't know if she's turning into her mom a bit more every day. Shout out to mom, she in the chat. Love you, babe. Your daughter, man. 2.0 version of you. Yes, she's a little quicker with the tongue. She's a little faster. Responses. I mean, Jen gave me a second. I get half a second now. The responses. You can catch me, man. But happy belated, man. Good time with her.
No, definitely, man. And listen, the next generation is coming up fast. And I applaud you and Jen for just creating the best atmosphere for her to thrive, man. I mean, it's funny, as sharper as they get, as much as you question it and get worried about it, it's your creation. You know what I'm saying? For everything that they do, that they're not paying attention, that they're not, just making sure they're aware of their surroundings. As soon as they are aware of certain shit, you're like, wait a minute, I asked you to pay attention to that. But now you're over here paying attention to the shit you ain't supposed to be paying attention to. Stay in the kids' place.
Every time.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. And definitely happy belated birthday to Saint, man, turning 2 years old. That's Jelani and Chris's little boy. This kid, super smart, man. He's in love with dinosaurs. He's going to be a problem. This kid at 2 years old is already doing it. Like, he's surpassing a lot of things. And, there is that stigma around boys, just not adapting as fast as girls. This kid is superseding all of that stigma. So, oh man, the world is his if he stays on the right path.
That's what's up.
And definitely some happy early birthday shout outs. Shout out to my homegirl, my ace boom coon at the job, Michelle. Her birthday is August 4th. And then shout out to my homeboy Jimmy, man, one of the cool dudes I know. Shout out to him. We got a chance to chop it up with him and his girl over the weekend. Had a good time. So good people in my life. Always great to see them celebrating another year. And, man, more blessings.
Facts.
I hear there's some big congratulations.
Yo, last week, man, it was jam-packed last week, man. Right after court was over. yeah, it all begun. But yeah, man, shouts to the brother-in-law, man. Big JP, man. The fire department, they did it real big for him. It was the lieutenant promotion ceremony It's right Staten Island too. Thank God. We could have been anywhere in the city. You know what I'm saying? Super happy it was local. Super happy it was local. But word, man. Shouts to him, man. Congrats to the fam. Man, doing big things. I know he got training for like a good 2 months coming up. But yo, that's what it is. That's what it is. It was bittersweet for me. He had to leave his house. You know what I mean? It's like coming with those guys. That's what it is. Then, you know, everybody's striving to go up the ladder. So, you know, it's his turn. But it's just like, damn, I leave y'all. You know what I mean? But shouts to him, man. Big things forever.
Yeah, man.
But,
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. There was one moment during the ceremony. It was over at the track and field by the water. Very big venue. But, you know, family and friends were on the ground floor. But there was like stadium seating behind. And bro, had to be at least 2,000, 500 active firefighters root for each and every person getting promoted. I'm like, yo, this is super dope. This is family. You know what I'm saying? Your whole house come up to come see you. But I'm looking around. Yo, firefighters, EMTs, and it's if somebody called 911 right now, who the fuck's showing up? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, he's like, yo, do y'all have any water at the house? Yeah, use that. Biggest cup you got. Or put on the fire. Just, we'll be there real soon. It's not yet. But it's super dope, man.
No doubt, man. Shout out to Jay, man. He's always been after it ever since he was a kid. Seeing everything that he's accomplishing over the last couple of years is phenomenal. So, listen, man, sky's the limit, and even if that, you can shoot for the stars. Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations. So a somber switch after that news. Yesterday. Yesterday, I was actually uptown at our one of our campuses in the health system I work at, and literally, probably 2 seconds after I got home, I get a text message, "Yo, where are you at?" And I'm like, "I'm at home. What's going on?" They're like, "Put on the news. Something crazy is happening in Midtown." And it just so happened it was an active shooter out here in New York. For any of our listeners who are not from the city, around Park Avenue. And what we're hearing is reports of, I think at this point, 4 people were killed, and I think one person is in critical condition. Um, this what we're hearing is an armed man went into the office on 345th Park Avenue and just started shooting at people. This building actually is housing tenants like the company Blackstone, KPMG, and the National Football League. So there were all kinds of rumors running around about what exactly was this gentleman doing there. He had an AR style rifle. The reports are saying also, but it really hurts because an active NYP PD officer was actually killed in the line of duty. I believe he was only a 3.5 year veteran. So just really getting his career started. So definitely condolences and prayers to his family. An executive from Blackstone was also confirmed killed in the shooting. So definitely condolences to her and her family. And I believe a 32 BJ chapter service employee was also killed as well. Um, this really just trying to understand, what is compelling people to take these kinds of action. I mean, I
They did
really don't know.
they did find a note on the shooter, and they was able to identify him. His name was Shane Tamura. He's a 27-year-old from Vegas. And then he had traveled cross country into the city earlier that day yesterday. But he had paperwork on him showing that he had grievances with the NFL and the handling of CTE. He happened to be an old college football player in California, but still no reason to take the action that you did. Whatever weird reason busted up to get to that point. Super unnecessary. But the city was just a bit of shut down. So it's a little bit.
Yeah, man. There was also a Cornell University graduate that was killed in the shooting as well. Just very sad. It's very fresh, so that's why I'm not really, saying the names of the people who were killed. And shout out to Adrian. He let me know it was actually, I guess, 4 years that police officer had. But all tragic. To Adrian's point, shout out to Adrian in the chat. Just really trying to, like, in these situations, like when we question the conceal and carry in a
Mhm.
situation like this, you're kind of like, wow, we wish more people who, had
The
a
ability
decent
to.
record, you know what I mean, were concealing and carrying. But then at the same time, we know that can also have another situation that could happen. But they showed some of the footage of him just casually walking into the building, holding his AR rifle with one hand. I mean, it's just to think about the mentality right before that. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Can't call it.
Yeah.
Can't call
But yeah, like you said, man, the city got shut down. I can only imagine what it was like being around that area or trying to pass through that area. But definitely, I know some other people were, of course, injured, just trying to flee the scene. So I don't want to disregard the people who were impacted around the scene. Um, SKL asked, did he fly to NYC?
it. That part they didn't say. They said he cross country. Cross country usually feels like it was a drive, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't. He was on lights with what he had with him, but who knows? He was licensed to carry. He might have been able to go state to state too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, oh,
A
tough
question for
time.
you. I know it's a bit outside of our wheelhouse. Did this ever revisit the gun laws, so to speak, as far as making them more stringent? And I know they are allowing people now in the city to have the concealed carry, like you were just saying. But do you think it takes a step back when they thought they was going forward with it?
I wish I could answer that, man. I'm not qualified to talk on gun laws.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's why I said it's really outside of our warehouse. I want to preface that.
yeah, it's it's definitely tough to talk about stuff like that because you know it all depends on what's happening, who's walking around with firearms, how protected do we really want to be? Like, are citizens going to be walking around with guns? Are we all stable enough to walk around with a gun and know how to use it properly and not for any of our random bullshit, premeditated stuff like this? I mean, it whatever is in place to try and stay ahead of stuff like this. I mean, it's tough, man. I honestly don't know. Don't know. No. But definitely,
Politics. Oh,
no, definitely, but definitely condolences to the people that were lost in this shooting, and for those who were in the area, man. Best wishes to you, man. I don't know, but I can only imagine what kind of experience it is to be in an active shooter situation. Uh, so yeah, it's definitely on the politics. So a friend of mine sent me a reel that was talking about a law that was passed by our new president that supposedly allows teachers to physically discipline kids. And I looked a little deeper into this, and while it can seem like that's what this law is going to do, from what I've read, I really don't see that. But we'll get into it, right? We'll look at the facts from the actual executive order, and then we can talk about it. So, the executive order is actually called Reinstating Common Sense School Discipline Policies. And what this order requires was new guidance to local state educational agencies regarding school discipline, emphasizing compliance with Title VI protections against racial discrimination and preferencing. It calls for appropriate action against educational agencies that fail to comply with Title V, Title VI, by continuing to use racially preferential discipline practices. The order requires a report to the president that includes an analysis of DEI-based school discipline and its consequences, measures to ensure that federal funds do not support racially preferential policies, including through nonprofit organizations, and proposing model discipline policies rooted in American values. So basically, with this executive order, it was pretty much to erase everything from the Obama era. In 2014, the Obama administration issued guidance pressuring schools, including with threatening loss of federal funding, to impose discipline in a manner designed to equalize disciplinary rates by race rather than simply imposing discipline based on objective behavior alone. Now that's up for interpretation. You know what I mean? You would have to go deeper into analysis to look at why that was actually enacted. As a result, those students were disciplined differently depending on their race, and some students who should have been suspended or expelled for dangerous behavior remained in the classroom. Now, these are all reports from our new administration about what they feel this Obama administration law in 2014 did to the classroom. So, supposedly, because they made sure that they couldn't discipline anybody based on discrimination, they're saying that this caused the school to retain people who should have been expelled from the school. So it goes on to state that following the 2018 report, President Trump rescinded the Obama era guidance. And in 2023, the Biden administration reinstated the Obama practice, uh, quoted by them, of weaponizing Title VI to promote a DEI approach to school discipline, which makes schools less safe. So, pretty much, what he wanted to do was weaponize, which has already been done by the administration. They weaponized DEI and they made it seem like all of these protections that were put in place in the schools to protect Black, Indigenous, and people of color were actually causing more of a hindrance or a threat to schools. And him using this common sense discipline now was just basically reversing everything that Obama did to quote unquote make America's educational institutes great again.
Mhm.
So of course we saw what they did to all the DEI programs in classrooms. They also signed an executive order to expand educational freedom and opportunity for families. The underlying rule of this is you can't force things like certain practices and teaching people about racial biases in education. You can't teach stuff like that.
Mhm.
Critical race theory, that was something that was heavily scrutinized. They now don't have to force that on the kids, and the families have the ability to remove their kids from a classroom if that's being taught. They also directed the Secretary of Education to take all necessary steps to facilitate the closure of the Department of Education and return education authority to the states to better serve children. The President Trump, he also prohibited federal funding for COVID-19 vaccine mandates in schools. And then he signed the executive order to keep men out of women's sports and locker rooms. And Kenny and I have covered that on previous lives. So I
Mhm.
just want to kind of preface this as an understanding of what the executive order is. I don't foresee a teacher taking it upon themselves to put their hands on another kid without thinking about the repercussions that come with that. Um,
Mhm.
but I totally understand how if you feel that your kid is no longer valued for who they are or face discriminatory actions in a school, it's a bit different than just outright saying the Trump administration passed a law that allows teachers to discipline your kids. There
Yeah.
are questions and concerns about teacher safety. There are some legitimate reasons that I've seen um, online. And hey, listen, it could just be a short clip of teachers being assaulted by kids of all races. And there are situations where kids have to defend themselves, or parents got to go up to a school and tell a teacher what it is or show them what it is. But I
Yeah.
just want us to be clear on what exactly this executive order is about before we're out here making assumptions.
For sure. Because of the first read, like you said, he was like, wait, y'all letting him do what? You know what I mean? Like, so, I wanted to, initially thought, old school, like nuns with the ruler, popping your hand type thing, like for little kids, like second grade and down. And I was hoping teachers in older grades, where the students are bigger, teacher needs to protect themselves. You won't lose your job. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping it was one of those kind of policies. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
if a 10th grader two pieces you, you're allowed to three piece in. Like, hey man, it's like at this point, what are we doing? I want to go home to my kids too. But there's always some underlying stuff that's involved with Trump, unfortunately.
Yep, absolutely.
Um, Speaking when you was young, you ever? I'm talking way back. I know we fake old. Went on a date, somebody probably didn't go well. Then word got around about you as a person from another person, like on that date. You ever got that information from a third party?
One time. Yeah, one time.
How'd you feel, bro? Betrayed?
I felt justified in my actions at the time. I definitely felt justified in my actions.
Oh man. I actually thought for this reason. There's a new app out called the T app. The originator or inventor of the app created it, or its original purpose was to give other females, it's a female-based app, you say that up front. It was to give other females like a heads up if a certain individual might have been dangerous or put them in an uncomfortable situation. And, kind of looking out for one another in a digital sense. Hey, he's always at the Starbucks at this time doing weird shit. Don't go there during that time. And at first I was like, oh, that's cool. That's dope. I mean, kind of like a, watch your back app.
Mm-hmm.
But then social media got a hold of the app. Then once it started to blow up, the scammers got a hold of the app. And now this app has turned into a Yelp review for bad dates. And it's putting niggas on blast. Shit they knew that it was doing wrong. It's like, yeah. I said, yeah, let's put the check. I'm cheap, I'm broke, all this other shit. That day him go, he made me take my own Uber home. Like, fam. But listen, social media goes social media. But I just wish we didn't turn pure things into things that it wasn't supposed to be, man. It wasn't meant for this.
Yep.
Things getting dragged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like, I think that's just gonna be the way of the world. Yeah, I looked it up here, man. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to verify this a bit, but it looks like the founder Sean Cook created it because he was witnessing his own mother's terrifying experiences with men.
Okay.
So that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, technology, it is what it is, man. You can mean well, but depending on who gets control of it, they can turn it into something else, man. Never fails.
Here's the negative side of it, unfortunately. It's a new app that I said earlier. It's a females based app. And hey, how you gonna verify it's a female? Well, they've been had women send photos or IDs, just to verify that they're a woman of age. You should be dated and permitted to kind of, have discourse on this app. Of course, there's a data breach. Now someone has all these female addresses and photos and driver's license. I'm like, niggas can have shit. Like, I'm saying, like, but yeah, now they got that. And you also got to be careful. There are brand new apps out there that aren't really, got any skin in the game. Let's not let's not load up your ID. All right, let's get a recommendation of an invite system, maybe some kind of trust. But scammers gonna scam, man. Be careful out there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But that's a perfect segue into entertainment. Um, Caught a lot of movies, but I'll only get into two. Number one, we got Megan 2.0. I don't know if anybody saw the first one, but this second one was definitely really, really good. And I gotta say, man, this may be our new age Terminator. Because literally, In the first one, she is considered the villain. You know
Yep.
what I mean? This humanoid robot who has the certain objectives, but all of a sudden goes batshit crazy. Now, in the second one, in a way, she's brought back. You know what I'm saying? To defend. And it's wild. Like, even with me telling you that there's so much that happens in the movie that you won't know what the premise is, you won't know what the theme is.
Mhm.
But one of the characters in the movie has said something that I've heard several times over the last couple of months. He refers to AI as the new arms race. And I've heard this on several platforms because it's starting to really take fold. Of course, how technology is becoming more and more the predominant resource for control and definitely for advancement, whether you're investing in stocks, whether you're in the healthcare industry, even in defense, we've seen it. So, with this now happening, how much fear do we have knowing that we have limited control over something that eventually will pretty much have all of us down to a T because we use it every day?
About control, and we control it. That's what's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like we keep logging in, we keep giving it more info, feeding the data, and it's registering, regurgitating it, giving you a better version of whatever you gave it. You see Chat GPT.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and we using it, you know, for beneficial items, but people are typing in other shit. They should be typing in Chat GPT, but it's gonna give you a response. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we are our own worst enemy. Trying to be smarter than everybody else, but we are moving at a speed that we never had to deal with in the past. So
Yeah.
it's a double-edged sword for sure.
Yeah, man, because it definitely gives the long game as far as if someone really wanted to turn this into something destructive, because it takes time. You got to
Mhm.
learn, you got to figure out what are going to be the restrictions, and then who's going to have most of the money or the power to flip those restrictions. And we've seen that happen now with
Mhm.
our new administration. They've done something astronomical in their first 6 months, which is pretty much erase almost 60 years of history in regards to civil rights and discrimination. What else can they erase as far as the foundational principles that were built to protect us from being a dictatorship? So now, if it continues down that road and AI is a part of it, who knows, man? Who really knows? But getting back to Megan, Megan was a great movie. It definitely comes with a lot of laughs. The
Nice.
CGI is phenomenal, and yeah, man. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. You got to see the first one though, because it definitely brings you into the second one for sure.
Nice, nice. Add that to the list.
Yes, sir. And then next up, man, a little nostalgia here for all of my 80s babies, man. Karate Kid.
Hey,
Definitely something as we're talking about, growing up to certain movies. Mr. Miyagi, Ralph Macchio, and then of course Jackie Chan took it over in the most recent movie version of it. I know there's Cobra Kai on Netflix. Unfortunately, I couldn't get into that. But Karate Kid Legends, man. I'll be honest with y'all, 6 out of 10. To me, it was super mid.
damn.
Despite being Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, and William Zabka, he was actually the villain in the first Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio. Um,
Mhm.
Aside from the nostalgia of them and what they brought to the movie, I mean, I feel for the new guy. His name is Ben Wang. He plays the lead character in here. It's
Mhm.
based in New York with a basic storyline. I'll give it to them though. The competition scenes were cool. I love the way that they portrayed the competition scenes, and definitely the main fight scene is something you definitely want to see. But the
Okay.
fight scenes hold true. The storyline really didn't do it
Shaky.
for me. Yeah, very shaky. But yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10 just because the fight scenes held it down. And for me, karate, that's all I'm there for. So if it served that purpose, I couldn't give it a
Yeah.
failing grade. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm not mad at that. I don't think I've seen like any Karate Kids after Will Smith's son was in one.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think it's the last one I saw. Yeah, so
Maddie,
keep
what's
up.
going on, brother? How you doing?
Or Maddie, we was out there for his daughter's birthday too over the weekend. It was a long weekend, man.
Yo.
Oh man, Sweet 16, man. Yeah, it's just flying, man. Happy belated, man.
Yeah,
Young
man.
Jazz in the building.
16, man. I know Maddie out
Crazy.
here telling all these little boys, stay the hell away from my daughter. You
Hmm.
heard?
Hmm. He's like, oh, this one, yeah, shotgun approved. Come on in. Come on in.
That's a fact.
Oh,
That's a
man.
fact. Anything before we move over to sports?
No, let's roll.
All right, man. So definitely sending prayers up to Deion Sanders. This just made it across my feed, but it looks like he had surgery to remove his bladder. And after that, it seems like there's no more, traces of the cancer there. So right now, this looks okay for him. But Dion is a soldier, man. I know
Or,
the only thing that's going to keep him down from coaching this year is something that pretty much straps him to the bed. Other than that, Dion going to be there and strong, man. So prayers
that's a
to him.
fact. If he can't stand, he'll be on the sideline with a chair.
That's
He's gonna
it.
get it done.
That's a
Sure.
fact.
Um,
Maddie put the two gun salute in there.
yeah, man. Two hands, two of them, just in case. Just in case.
Yep.
Oh, man. Over the past weekend, not this one, the one before we missed last week. It was the WNBA All Star Weekend. Well, Star Weekend. They only got a dayer, 2 dayer, but there was a lot of talk because it was taking place during the C. Hey, it's time. We discussed some percentages.
Mm-hmm.
See some broadcast deals on the horizon. See some new teams and some new cities coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ticket sales have been up. You know what I'm saying? Viewership is gaining. I mean, shouts to Caitlin. Shouts to Angel. But WNBA players they took a different stand as far as wanting to be heard, making sure everybody heard. They wore the shirts pre-game stating, "Pay us what you owe us."
Mm.
This got me thinking. Granted, the WNBA has been around, but they're still, as far as time goes, a pretty new league yet. 30 years, a lot of more growth to go. Still setting up foundation, different cities and whatnot. But as far as the books are concerned, they haven't been turning a ton of profit over the past, uh, decade or so. So on the incline, the profits are starting to increase, but there's still a negative number for the research I saw. But it's like it's weird. If your company is having a down year, you might not get a bonus that year, or it might be less than the year before. And it's just economics. But we're not turning a profit yet. Why are you wearing these shirts on the biggest stage? I know you want everybody to get involved, but we still got to talk. It's hard to split money that hasn't come in yet. I know what you're doing. I appreciate it. And hey, we're gonna make sure these percentages come up. But was this like a slap in the face? Do you think they just don't want to pay them anymore?
I think they're just putting the WNBA on notice, and this is purely without me knowing any information. They're putting the WNBA on notice that pay us what you owe us. Like when it's time to, because they're in the middle of the CBA anyway, so
Mhm.
it makes sense to let them know ahead of time. We are ready to do what we have to do if you don't pay us what you owe us. I just threw it in online for shits and gigs. The average WNBA salary is like 102,000. And if you look at the gross revenue for last year, and remember, this is just bullshit numbers on Google, for surface value, it's saying their gross revenue for 2024 is around 200 million. So depending on how that's being divvied up by experience, draft position, performance bonuses, core players, all that, um, somebody's got to be doing the numbers and letting these people know that, yo, make sure y'all get what y'all owed, because right now, compared to
So
what
up
they're
and up.
grossing, they got room to start doing more for y'all. And thank God these ladies are doing deals outside of the
Mhm.
WNBA, because to feed their families on something like this is
Yeah.
incredible. And then some of these players get cut within a couple days. And like, just to
Facts.
remind the crowd, the WNBA season is probably about what is it, 4 months, maybe
Yeah,
5 months.
sure.
Yeah, it's short.
1 month after summer. I think 1 month before.
Yeah, that's it. So they got a shorter period of time. A lot of them have obligations overseas, because since this happens
Hmm.
over summer, they have to fulfill their obligations overseas, where that's where the money is. So even if they sign a contract with WNBA, they still got to fulfill that. There's just a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes that nobody knows. And I know the ongoing situation is, oh well, they have to make the game profitable.
Hmm.
Um, like Kenny said, we have some new stars that are coming in that are attracting people to the game, but the game also needs support. And I think the
Sure.
WNBA has stepped up in a big way. I think the NBA has stepped up in a big way. I think the players from the NBA have stepped up in a big way. We're starting to see some of the companies step up in a big way. And one of the companies we're going to talk about in a minute is Gatorade, and a lot of backlash they got around their latest ad. But I love the ladies for what they did, but we're going to get into this backlash a bit. Shout out to my homeboy Sean for bringing this to my attention, because during All Star Weekend I was preoccupied and didn't really get a chance to see a lot of what was going on. But
Hmm.
he brought this ad to my attention. Now I'm gonna ask you off the rip, Kenny, because I know you'll keep it real with me. I know you live on that dark side of the shoulder.
Come on. Me? Come on. I'm a good guy. Come on. Don't put me in a
um,
position I gotta play. Uh,
when you see this ad, my brother, what's your feelings on it?
I'll keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
So, even like being a fan of hip hop, bar means two things. And unfortunately, a woman holding up a "Let Her Cook" sign could mean more than one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Hey, I saw the lightning strike. I know it's Gatorade. I know exactly what it's talking about. I know exactly the market audience. I know exactly what's going. I mean, holding it. Wow, from UConn. Then again, telling a woman to cook kind of feels like you belong in it. And I was like, oh man, this is a bad.
Mm.
I wish. I don't know what type of flip this, but hey man, get it. I know what we're talking about. That was good. That was my first. I mean, I like it kind of blended a little bit, but I took it as a double entendre, not leaning on the second part of it, mainly the first part. What was your thoughts on the end?
So I mean, the ad was met with a review ahead of time, and of course, they were leaning along the same lines as you, saying Gatorade pretty much dropped the ball on this one. They should have ran this maybe by a couple more focus groups, and had a couple more people weigh in to say, how is this going to be received for the 9 to 5 mom that's driving home to work and sees
Right
this
there.
as a billboard on a billboard, I should say. Um, so I understand the take, but my perspective on it is, I think that's our societal perspective dominating what the ad was really referring to.
Mhm.
Because, and you brought up a great point, when Glorilla, who's actually a part of this ad, made a rap song out of this, we loved it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? She flipped the entire scheme of what we thought women should be doing to what she feels women are doing today, which is they are scheming, they're plotting, they're making business, they're making things, they're making moves now. So let her cook has a completely different flip towards when we say let him cook. And I get a lot of people are gonna say, nope, I don't care what you're saying, Sean. That this was bad. this was bad. Like this is gonna have a bad connotation for women because it makes it seem like, we're saying that they should be in the kitchen. I was like, in my personal opinion, a man that feels that way, you got to shake that stereotype that you have in your mind. And ladies, I know y'all might tear me up for this one, but I got to let you know, if you felt that way on this, you've got to shake the stereotype that society has put you in and understand that this is an opportunity to flip whatever they thought about you when the words "let her cook" come into play. Because I hate to play the race card here, but as Black people, we've had to flip a lot of things that people thought about us in order to not even just thrive, but survive. You know what I mean? So that's just my take. I know people may disagree, but I feel personally, I love the fact that Gatorade took this and ran with it. And the other thing we have to be careful of, if we're talking about making the WNBA profitable, if we're talking about, right, pay us what you owe us, we have to be careful how we treat situations like this, because nobody's going to get it right all the time. Nobody's going to get it right, but I'm pretty sure there was something that prompted them to go this route. I don't know if there has to be a female involved. Like I even tried to look up the marketing director, but it's a man, so I couldn't even be like, well, the woman's for the director for advertising for Gatorade is a woman. No, it's a man. So I don't know.
Similar to Gypsy Hustle, this is a social media thing. Like, slang is intertwined in the English language. Like, I wish they got Steph Curry up there to really hold the other side with her. Maybe kind of the chef is cooking. Maybe help the generation that don't listen to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but they could. I think hey, keep running with it. Not that bad promo. It's still a promo, but anything that garners like attention, people talking about it, what they want. They want to bring attention to it. But I stress WNBA players, please. I know it's not your fault. We all miss shots. Hey, I miss a lot. But we need these highlights to stay in the high part. There's not a lot of highlights that we get to see. We're not looking for dunks. It's not what we're here for. But yo, be out there cooking. I don't want to see y'all not cooking now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I'm saying, like, y'all better be on that court cooking every time I catch a game. I don't want to see no slacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but we'll see, man. I think Gatorade, they'll play into it. They'll keep the drive going.
Yeah.
I got faith in Gatorade.
I mean, hey, listen, at the end of the day, they got people talking about the WNBA. That's what you want, right? I think Tanya put a great point in the chat. It's not a great year for the WNBA. It has not been a great year. You can try and correlate that with the injuries to Caitlin Clark. You can try and correlate that to the fact that, it's just that they're not putting out a great product this year. The last 3 to 4 years was really just a rise in it. And now are you wondering that now that it's getting more attention, has it died out a bit? What's the reason behind it? Who knows? There were years when the NBA was just like, what the hell are we watching? You know what I mean? So people just got to go back to the drawing board, find out what's missing from this year, and make sure that this does not happen again come next season. Hopefully with the expansion teams, I think that will, give more opportunities for more games, more players to stay on teams versus getting cut so much or traded so quickly. But yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. All right.
Shout out to the WNBA. They did something that I didn't see coming, but I'm happy they stepped up and did it. Was it a Monday game? Might have been a Sunday game. But Leah Cooper, mid-game, everything's going smooth. She was running past the screen, and her defender kind of had her arm out, got caught up in her hair, and weight came off mid-play. And I was like, oh, shit. But, game paused. We let her pick up her belongings, ran to the back, You know what I mean? Yeah, game just stopped. No official timeout. Nobody lost anything on our side. They respected it for what it was. And they even took it another step further by kicking a fan out who was trying to make fun of the situation. It's like, oh, you got jokes? Make sure he never steps in this stadium again. Arena, I'm sorry. But yo, shouts to WA. Shouts to WA. Standing with your people. Shit goes crazy. Hey, shit happens. We're gonna wait a second. We're gonna get this right back. And we'll keep this game going. But shouts to Kalia Coop, man. Top notch, man. She came back out, bust ass. She was cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was back. She was cooking.
What's up? That's what's up. But yeah, a lot of the stars, the people that really helped the WNBA thrive last year were just out with injuries this year. But that just shows you how more opportunities, but it's going to be hard to keep the good players in the WNBA without paying them. There's a reason why the Chicago Bulls can still put out a decent product every night, even without a star player. You know, and you could go on with all the other NBA teams. The salaries are different. These girls are not playing that game. These ladies are not playing. They're going overseas. They're going where the money's at. So WNBA has got to figure it out. With that said, anything before we get out of here, brother?
One more shout out. Thanks to you, of course, for the recommendation. A shout out to the Sugar Mucker Rescue over at Sky Meadow at the Farm Sanctuary. A cool little farm. About an hour out. I was trying to surprise y'all. Got there and I got surprised. But but it was cool, man. But hey, we're not a big farm family. Hey, so you know what? Saturday, hot. Let's go do some shit we don't do often. But bro, how was your family during a crisis? Nothing major. I'm not talking earthquake or fire in the house. Just something that's controllable, but we just don't have any control of it at the moment. How's your family in those situations?
So I would say Shay is instantly reactive and she freezes most of the time. She jumps but freezes. Darius is more of a He has to kind of like catch up to what's happening in the situation, then he reacts. Me, it depends. It really depends on what the crisis is, but I'm definitely going to have a reaction that'll lead me in a direction. I don't know if it's to save them or to exit.
My family had a small crisis on the way to the farm. Maybe 10 minutes into the ride. We brought Coco with us, the family dog. He's like, hey, it's a farm. Animals. Duh. Let's bring the dog. 10 minutes into the ride, Coco's just jumping around the car. Third row, second row, front row, second row, third row. We all just, ha, ha, ha. Coco's going crazy. About 30 seconds later, Kennedy's in the third row. Coco just, oh my God. Yeah. And we're all like, what's going on? What happened back there? Coco pulled it off. Yeah. Savannah trying to run. Oh my God, it's everywhere. And then in a car seat. Coco poopy. Oh man. Yo. We are just like, we gotta pull over. Like, the front started to come up to the front seat. Yeah, it was pandemonium for like 4 minutes. We just couldn't. Oh God. And Coco just there like, yeah, there's no toilets, man. I was trying to tell y'all pull over, but y'all thought I was playing. I was not playing. Oh man, but listen, man, thank God for big whites. Thank God for spare bottles of water. We was able to resolve the issue. Had to burn a blanket. But we got back on the road, man. We was out of there. Oh man, but shout out to the Sugar Mutter Rescue, man. Had a good time. The drinks was good. Had a little bar area for the adults. Kids got on. Yeah, Lennox. Yeah, man. Lennox got on the horse. Well, the pony. You know what I mean? He allowed it. He was nervous. He didn't think he was gonna let it ride, but he got on, man. He held his own, man. It was a very good time at the farm. We appreciate the recommendation.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Oh man, yeah, man. Sometimes the best laid plans
Bruh,
can be all over you. Sometimes.
bruh. I was like, yeah, where you at? He's like, bruh, dream number 2. That's good. I was like, I'll call you back.
You said just park. I was like, park where?
Like, I look through your window like, on the block. Like, yeah. We came out here for some jerk chicken. Oh yeah. Oh man, good times, good times.
Indeed, indeed.
Anything else you got for today, brother?
Nah, man. Glad we got this chance to chop it up as always. Hope everybody's taking care of themselves. This is that time of year where it's a lot of vacations going on, so make sure you travel safe, enjoy yourselves. Like I said earlier, take your PTOs, enjoy your families. Fellas, break out those sneakers. Girls, ladies, break out them shoes. Enjoy life, man, because it is not promised, man.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Yo, next week.
All right, yeah. Later.
Peace.